Hi, good morning. I want to just do a quick walkthrough of the Aorta Coaster Kit so that you know what every single piece is and what to do with them. Let's get going. On the front of your kit, there are two pockets. In one pocket, you're going to find the QR code that's going to get you to your videos. These videos are on my website, and I put them on the QR code because they're organized better, but you do have to create a login. If you don't want to do that, you can find all the videos on YouTube, and they are also free there. In your other pocket, you're going to find this little paper thing that looks like a matchbook, and inside of it are 3 needles. They are all the same. These are called straw needles, and they are perfect for every single part of this project. Okay, so inside, the first thing that you're going to notice is your fabric, and this is very important. These are pre-cut for you. So here's your batting. Your batting is going to be eventually the same size as the aorta. Okay, so you're going to piece the aorta together, meaning put all the little pieces together and sew them, and they're going to be this size. So you don't have to cut this batting. There's also one red square that's a little bit larger than the batting. That's going to be your backing fabric, so you want to put that aside, okay? This is also not going to need to be measured or cut by you. So we're going to put those aside. Then in addition to that, you have a couple pieces of other fabric here. These pieces of fabric are for wrapping around your paper pieces once you cut the paper pieces out. So these are going to be cut into the same shape as your paper pieces, and the video goes into detail about how to do that. This is your template for the aorta. You're going to actually number and then cut all these pieces out. And again, that's on the video. But for now, what I will say is that this aorta is a little bit larger than your batting. So the template is a little bit bigger than it's going to end up being. And what you're going to do is once it's made, you're going to cut it to be the same size as this batting. So that is okay, that it doesn't match at this time. Here is some red thread. This thread is Gutermann thread. It's much more than you're going to need for this project, and it's fine thread. So you're going to be able to use this to piece, meaning sew the different pieces together. And if you want to use it to quilt, which is when you sew through all the layers at the end together, you absolutely can do that. I give some additional quilting thread in there, but this thread kind of works for every single part of the project and is more than you're going to need. On a little spool, there is a bit of thicker thread. It's a little bit wiry. This is hand quilting thread, and it is thicker. I like this to quilt through all the layers at the end because it's really chunky and obvious and cool looking, I think. But some people don't like it. It's harder to pull through. It's harder to get through the eye of the needle to start. So if you don't like it, you absolutely do not have to use this thread. But I just thought that you would like to try it because I like it a lot. This is Coats and Clark hand quilting thread, and I use it all the time. If you have trouble getting it into the eye of your needle, I, like most people, lick the end of my thread before I put it through the eye. For this thread, I just put the very tip of the thread between my teeth and bite down a little bit. So instead of being a circle, it gets a little bit flat, and that makes it easier to thread. You cannot use a needle threader with this thread and that needle because a doubled up piece of thread won't fit through the eye of the needle. So that won't work. So give it a try. If you hate it, no big deal. You can go back to this thread. This is in there. It is medical tape. I use it as thimble tape. So if you are sewing and you're like, oh, the tip of one of my fingers hurts, just wrap this around a few times that area. Everybody's different as far as which finger bothers them when they sew and whether or not they want thimble or thimble tape. But this is kind of a cool thing to try that I think is less cumbersome than an actual thimble. There's a glue stick, and there are a few of these quilt clips. You'll see in the video there are some parts of this project that I think definitely need these quilt clips. But really, whether or not you hold something by hand or put a clip on it is up to you. If you have arthritis in your hand, or if you find like your hand is getting tired as you're holding things, these clips can be really helpful. So definitely try them out. And then there is a pair of scissors. So these scissors are a little bit larger than the thread scissors that are found in the other kit. And the reason for that is that these scissors need to be able to cut the fabric and cut through this paper. Okay, first of all, I want to take a second to address the fact that I just said someone should use the same scissors for fabric and paper. I know the quilt police are going to come after me, but hear me out. The idea of this kit is that somebody who has never quilted before can just use one kit to do everything that they need to do. So these scissors are really perfect for that. They will cut through paper and they will cut through fabric. Now, just so you know, people really hate that idea. And the reason for that is that cutting through paper dulls your scissors and it makes it bad for cutting fabric over time. So this is not a good forever option, but it is a good option for this project. Okay. You could also use these scissors for your thread and anything else that you want. And quite honestly, you could do whatever you want with these scissors because you're an adult. It's fine. Nobody's going to come after you. They might come after me for posting this online, but that's it. So let me know if you have any questions. If you have a question, it probably means that somebody else has a question. So please reach out. I will make new videos. I will show some close-ups. I will try to walk you through any problems that you might have. Curved English paper piecing like this is a little bit tougher than straight English paper piecing, but you definitely can do this. So let me know, tag me if you show anything online. I really want to see what you make, and I'll talk to you soon.